Miss Jeanette Yang, Professor Ruby Yang, colleagues and friends, a very warm welcome to you all. All Asian art and movie lovers owe Jeanette a big thanks.
I grew up loving movies. I watched a ton of movies and TV shows, but I never imagined that I could work in the business. I just never saw anybody that looked like me in front of or behind the camera.
I have the privilege of working for Wing Wang and on the Joy Luck Club. And I remember you were constantly coming to the editing room for giving a comment and stuff.
So back in the 90s, when we used to be working in the editing room of Joy Luck Club, there were bins and bins of 35 millimeter strips. I really don't know how we got through that.
Last year, I read that you, with some Hollywood people, signed up for the AI Coalition. Can you tell us the view of Hollywood?
Something that I've been thinking a lot about, even when I was at the Academy for 3 years, I talked a lot about AI, and the creative industries are particularly affected in a way that may seem very threatening. And because Hollywood has a very large megaphone, I feel like what we're trying to do is use that megaphone to talk about the perils and the promise, and to really examine the consequences, whether it be environmental damage because the amount of power that it needs, the disparity of wealth and power, which is only getting exaggerated with AI, and a lot of the little guys are not getting funding because so much money is going to the big five. Talking about the erosion of trust in media, like if you don't know what's real and what's fake, I mean, how are we going to manage to stay together as a society?
In generative AI, first thing we teach them is to get consent and also be transparent about your work. As an educator, as an academic institution, that's so important. The governance, with safety AI, all those things is part of our responsibility to do that.
The most valuable things in life, like good storytelling, are not measurable. There's no data that can tell you exactly what makes for a good story or a good performance. What is, and emotions, love, grief, joy, these are not, there are no metrics for that. Like when you come out of a movie and you're feeling so inspired, how do you measure that?
Yesterday we have an event with 2 Korean directors and an AI film company from Silicon Valley, and they all said that they need human input. Director Khan, he said he used AI for visual effects, helping him to save time and to save money. He would not never replace real actor in his film. For independent filmmaker or filmmaker from development country like Africa, they can use AI to experiment and learn the basic. But once they reach certain level, in order to move up, AI cannot replace good storytelling.
The ecosystem of Hollywood, in the olden days, it was completely dominated by the studios, and now they're like little specks compared to the streamers and the tech companies. YouTube is now the largest media company in the world. The good news is that artists can own their own IP and distribute them on their own, and then they can self-distribute and they can self-fund, and so I think there's going to be more and more of that.
That's great news for young people. It's more bottom-up, not top-down anymore. And actually, I've been hearing also people are looking for IP, individual IP, so build your own brand.
One lesson is that there are incremental steps. Everything that all of you are doing, the choices that you're making following graduation, they all contribute to your life path. There's no wasted anything, in my opinion. I think people are really searching for authenticity and specificity. And, what is your voice? What do you want to say? And what impact do you want to have? What do you want to leave people with? I think that's the most important question.